Hello everyone, my name is Xavier Garza and I'm going to be sharing with you my book, Zulema and the Witch Owl. 9-year-old Zulema Ortiz was the meanest little girl in the whole wide world. That is how mean she was. Look at her. At school, every kid was scared of Zulema because everyone knew her as a mean-spirited bully. She was even kicked out of the Girl Scouts after just 1 week because she threw rocks at anybody who didn't want to buy her cookies. Small puppies and cute little kittens would all run away and hide whenever they saw Zulema coming because they knew that if she would grab them by their tails and swing them round and round until they spun like as fast as airplane propellers. What can I do to stop such horrendous behavior? Zulema's mother wondered. She really did not know what to do. One evening, Zulema learned that Grandma Sabina was going to come live with them. At almost 90 years old, Grandma Sabina was the oldest living member of the Ortiz family. And that's Grandma Sabina in the picture right above Zulema and her mom. You had best be respectful of Grandma Sabina, warned her mother, fearful that her mean-spirited daughter might say or do something offensive. As soon as Grandma Sabina arrived, Zulema walked right up to her and said, "You sure look old and ugly. Why is your skin all wrinkled like an elephant's trunk?" Zulema apologized to her grandmother. "You apologize right now to your grandmother this very instant," said her mama. But naughty Zulema only laughed and stuck out her tongue. She was not going to apologize to her grandma. "You must be the meanest little girl in the whole wide world," said Grandma Sabina. "But you had best stop being so mean," she warned her. "Because if you don't, the witch owl will surely come and take you away." And there is Grandma Sabina warning Zulema that she best change her misbehaving ways, or the lechuza, which you see here, the witch owl will come and take her away. "Ha ha ha," laughed Zulema. "There's no such thing as a witch owl. Those are just silly stories." Now, Zulema had heard the many tales of the witch owl, a woman who could magically transform herself into a giant white owl and snatch mean children. And this witch owls, it was said, would go to the biggest cities or the smallest towns looking for boys and girls that were disrespectful to their parents, that didn't do as they were told, that were mean to their elders. "Doubt all you want, little girl, but the witch owl is real," warned Grandma Sabina. "If you don't change your ways, the witch owl will surely come and pay you a visit sooner than you think." Zulema only laughed at her grandmother's warning and ran outside to play. Now that night, Zulema, she's in bed. She's getting ready to go to sleep, as you can see here. She's got her little pajamas, her little luchador doll to sleep with. But no sooner has Zulema's head hit the pillow when she hears the sound of someone tapping at her bedroom window. Tap, tap, tap. The sudden sound startles Zulema. She gets out of bed and goes over to the window to see who's tapping, but when she pulls the curtains open, there's nobody there. No había nadie. So Zulema figured it must have been my imagination. She thought and went back to her bed. But no sooner as she closed her eyes to go back to sleep than someone is again tapping at her bedroom window. It sounded louder this time. Tap, tap, tap. "Who's out there?" Zulema asked, once again jumping out of bed and running out to the window to take another look. But there was nobody there again. But then, this time, Zulema was mad. And as she was walking back to her bed, she said, "Whoever's out there, you better stop it, or I'm going to punch you right between the eyes." Then, tap, tap, tap. The noise was so loud this time it made the whole window rattle. "That's it," she said angrily, and she clenched her hands into fists. "Nobody plays tricks on me," she warned. "Only I can do that to other people. I'm the only one that can play tricks." She threw the curtains wide open, and that's when Zulema screamed. "Aye!" For right outside her window was the biggest, the meanest, the scariest looking owl she had ever laid eyes on. Over 7 feet tall, just like the stories that Grandma always told, with glowing red eyes that burned like as if they were on fire. "Help! "Help!" screamed Zulema, but no one came to help her. It was as if no one could hear her crying for help. The witch owl reared its head back, and then smash! It rammed itself against the window. Shards of broken glass flew at Zulema's feet. And you can see the witch owl here entering the room. Speechless, Zulema watched as the witch owl slowly soared into the room and landed on top of her bed. "Mean child," said the witch owl, glaring at Zulema with accusing eyes. "You're a mean, mean bully. That's why I've come to take you away." "Help me!" cried out Zulema. "You're the meanest girl I've ever seen. That's why I'll steal you away, so you'll never be mean to anyone again." "I am going to teach you manners," said the witch owl. The witch owl soared off the bed and landed behind Zulema. She could feel the bird's hot breath on the back of her neck. "I'm sorry, I can change," Zulema pleaded. "I don't want to be taken away from my mommy. If you give me a second chance, I promise that I'll change." The witch owl paused for a moment, as if measuring the sincerity of Zulema's words. Was she being serious, or trying to find a way to get the witch owl to not take her away? "A promise?" the witch owl asked. "Are you making me a promise to be good? That you'll stop being mean to your mother? That you'll stop being a bully?" "Yes," answered Zulema. "I promise to listen to my mother and do what she wants me to do. I promise to stop being a bully at school." "How will you treat your grandmother?" asked the witch owl. "You were so hurtful to her." Zulema promised. She said that she would be the nicest of all to her. "I will be so nice to her, I will become the favorite granddaughter." "Good," said the witch owl, "but you better keep your promise, because if you don't, I'll return for you. Now close your eyes." Zulema closed her eyes. "No peeking," warned the witch owl. Zulema kept her eyes closed, waiting for the witch owl to tell her what to do next. But the witch owl didn't speak. After a while, Zulema wanted to peek. She wanted to know if the witch owl was still there. But what if this was a test? What if the witch owl was trying to test if she would listen to what she had told her to do? "What's wrong? Why are you standing there with your eyes closed?" asked a familiar voice. Zulema opened her eyes and was surprised to find her Grandma Sabina in the room. Grandma, the witch owl was here." "The witch owl," said Grandma Sabina. "But that's just a silly story I made up to scare you, to getting you to behave." "But I saw it, Grandma. It broke right through my window and flew into my room." "The witch owl broke your window?" asked Grandma Sabina, pointing at the window. "But your window is not even broken." Zulema could not believe it. Her bedroom window was not broken at all. She had to rub her eyes to see if what she was seeing was real. It had all been just a dream, and nothing more, said Grandma Sabina. "Now get into bed and go to sleep." Well, Grandma leaned down and kissed Zulema on her forehead as Zulema got into her bed and she was getting ready to go to sleep. But Zulema was already thinking, well, if it was just a dream, si no más fue un sueño, well, then I don't have to keep my promise. I mean, who keeps a promise to a dream, right? That's just silly. But then Zulema saw something. She saw something fall out from the back of her grandmother's hair. Something that floated, be it ever so gently, till it rested right on top of Zulema's bed. It was a white feather. And Zulema had to wonder, is Grandma Sabina the witch owl? And did she leave this feather behind as a reminder to me to keep my promise to be good? And that's the story of Zulema and the witch owl. Dun dun.